Takže zdravím se, vítám tě u dnešního videa a dneska si tam už, myslím, že u čtvrtého dílu ze hry Marvel's Midnight Suns. A můžeme pokračovat do té hardware a můžeme jít normálně do hry. Meet Nico in the common. Okay. Ciao.
I'm kinda Something tells me you don't have a favorite movie. Well, we can start you out with one of my favorites.
A někam se s ním můžu joinnout. Dívání a dívání se.
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you.
Okay.
Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Was your father there for you when you found out?
Dad was evil too. Long story, lots of drama. There was a cool dinosaur. I'll fill you in later. Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
Jo, že chápu to mluví jako dívání na film.
Lilith gave birth to me, but Caretaker was my true mother.
Right, so your adoptive mom raised you to kill your birth mom. You'll fit in perfectly. Enough about... So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. Can we do it again?
Něco jsem splnil.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries!
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the staff of one? Or who were the runaways?
Can I ask you about the runaways?
I had some questions about your old team.
The runaways? Sure thing.
How did
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out 2 very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran. But eventually, we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
about the stuff of one?
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Midnight Suns.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
I had some questions about your staff.
Go for it.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's blood magic, so my own blood is
Crane
required to summon
magic.
it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
I solved the goal.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
Nice. Somewhere does you go. Speaker to creator. Jo, tady to mám teďka mluvit.
Lilith,
Nazdar.
looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon.
Proč jsem zdá, že ta grafika stále vždycky
Not quite like it was in the good old days.
ano, taková vždycky. Čenčken.
to stand still is to move back.
You got that one from Agatha. She used to say it all the time. I always preferred if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Used to.
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know, Agatha, she's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
You do not have to do this.
Thank you, but I do. I haven't spoken to anyone about what happened. And more so than anyone, you deserve to know. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Doctor Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Wanda's powers were so out of control they cost a life. Your decision may have saved lives, if not the entire Abbey.
I like to believe that, especially given her current situation. Wanda, Agatha, it seems we have lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Good night. Hunter can follow the path or charge. Yes. Kalan teďka jako... Co? Jestli to je, když se koukám takhle? Dostal, tak ten Hunter je najednou nevidíte.
I remember when I used to go out on these missions myself.
Já následoval toho psa? A já závěře tam kam mám jít, o. Co je? Kdo to je? A kde ten pes jako v té cutscéně? Kdo jsi? A jo, to je narazení. Jo, ty ženský narazení.
Agatha!
You always did have the
jsem
most
stíněnou
remarkable
jako
eyes,
Ida.
Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Jak hnedka to rovnou si mečnu zpátky.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this
Okay.
whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Bloodgate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift
Já
the
si
veil on
reálně
a few
teďka
more of
úplně
our
zapomněl
secrets.
na to
What's the
místo,
worst
kde
that can
jsem byl
happen?
před chvílí. Follow agenta. Jedna. To přijdu. Já přemýšlím, jestli to není jakoby to místo, ve kterém vlastně Hunter se
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Whoa.
teď jsem to rozhodl. Ne? Jen to, ještě. Chci být. A teď všechno. Ukaž se. Kde to jsem?
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular
Super,
arena
yeah.
belongs to a
Sounds
goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah, Caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference. Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
So, defeat all enemies. Okay.
As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight. Only things
You have earned this!
Reálně teď
You were too weak for this fight.
ještě kdo má v týmu.
Now that was something.
Dobrý,
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
Your mother abandoned you. Feel my call. Leave some for the rest of us. Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
Počkejte koho? Nechci hrát. Ne, on kat.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
You can imagine why Sarah was so fond of Ashton. If I didn't know better, I would say she modeled her role as caretaker after the goddess herself.
Počkej, já jsem dohrál nějakou další kapitolu. Darkness Falls Counter Rises. Počkej, já jsem splnil nějakou kapitolu teďka, protože tady to mi zatím od, myslím, že první epizody, mi to potom už neukazovalo. Pro jistotu se to rozbilo. To mít jako Dejte co když nebudu poslouchat tu hru a budu běžet zpátky domů? Jak mě to chtělo zastavit takhle. Já můžu reálně zpátky. A nevím, který je můj pokoj, takže asi budu poslouchat tu hru a no a je tam půjdu. Jak jsem spadl? Je předtím, než jsem řekl jsem spadl. Nemůžu, super, jsem tu do životí.
This looks like it belongs here.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Proč jim najednou? Já přísahám. A tak nám kontinuuje. A jak mám jako... Počkej, mám problém. Já nevím úplně jak aktivuju tu svoji super schopnost. OK. Tak tady asi ten díl, já jsem to říkal, že tady ten díl mám ukončit. Já doufám, že se vám to líbilo. Do příštího dílu se musím zjistit, co máme dál dělat a u dalšího videa zatím